Brought to you by Station House Coffee, stationhousecoffee.com.
What you manifest in your mind, you can bring to reality.
Avenue 5, new show on HBO, comedy series starring Hugh Laurie. I'm a huge House fan, so it's cool to see a fun show starring one of my favorite actors from a really cool show that I used to be addicted to. Is kind of the premise of the show is very interesting. It's almost like Gilligan's Island in space. A lot like if you were to take Gilligan's Island and the Truman Show, and you were to maybe mix that with SpaceX, set in the future. So space travel, space cruises are a normal, regular thing that people do. And here we are on the 8-week cruise, space cruise, and things go wrong. Things go wrong. People die, and they get thrown off course. Something happens. The switch gets flipped. A button gets pushed, and they get set off course. And what is supposed to be an 8-week space cruise turns into a 3-year situation. And so this happens. You have your captain, who is Hugh Laurie. You have you're getting shown some of the people that are on this cruise, some of the passengers. You're also kind of introduced to some of the crew, and you start to realize that there is more than meets the eye, or less than meets the eye in some ways, where you start to realize that the captain and the crew are all fake. They're just actors that are there to just kind of have the appearance for people on the ship that come through and want to check out, the main area, the star deck, the captain's deck, whatever it's called, to give tours. It's all like very Disney-fied, where you're not really seeing the people that are running the ship. Later, you do see the people that are running the ship. But yeah, just kind of a very interesting premise. So you're getting to see, because Hugh Laurie plays a captain that's not really a captain, he's an actor playing the captain. You get to see him go back and forth between his British accent and his American accent. The American accent is the captain, and the British accent is his regular voice. I really like how the show has like the flavor of what it's going to be like in the future, just how people speak, and there's sexuality is very fluid in this show. The captain is involved in a polyamorous relationship. There's many characters that seem to float between different genders as far as what they're into and so seems very progressive as far as just culturally where people will be at. Also, a dude from, what's his name? Jared from the Silicon Valley is in this show too, and I'm trying to find him. Is his name Zach Woods? Is that his name? Yes, Zach Woods. He kind of plays the liaison for the passengers, but he's like, just doesn't give a fuck, like, because he realizes that they're all screwed. It's like being having to, you're being employed by this company that just completely screws you over, and now you realize that your job is based, like, everything goes out the window. So he's just like over the top, doesn't give a fuck, which is perfect for this. Kind of a nice, like, his character in Silicon Valley kind of got that way towards the end of that show, and it almost carried over into this show. And then, of course, you have the owner of the company that's on the ship as well, and he's just like a spoiled, annoying. There's a lot of annoying characters. A lot of people in the show are just bad at their job. Apparently, this show is from the same creator of Veep. I never got into that show. like political kind of comedy with you know, I guess from what I've heard, it's similar in tone, and the comedy style is very similar in this show, which it took me a while actually in this show to kind of warm up to it. Like the premise is very interesting, but the characters, because everybody is like just doesn't care about their job, not very good at their job. They're highly kind of pretty annoying kind of characters in a lot of ways. It's just frustrating. It's frustrating just to see people kind of do stupid things and make stupid decisions, but it's also annoying for those same people to be unlikable. So it kind of warms up. Took me a while to just kind of get me in the same wavelength of what the comedy is in the show, and then also kind of understanding and getting over the fact that a lot of people are annoying in the show. But once, like, as I watch the episodes, I enjoy it more and more as like things keep happening that like they're trying to fix something and then something else happens and they like kind of problems keep piling up, like just the fact that they went from an 8-week cruise to a 3-year kind of survival mission uh, is only the beginning of problems for the show. Not for the show, but for the people in the show, the characters of the show. Um, and then things just kind of continue to unravel. You have it takes place not only in the ship, but you're also seeing what's happening on Earth with base command and how they're trying to get funding from NASA to help save them, and you get to see kind of the futuristic depiction of what it's like, what the government's like, and what people in the government are like, and how just like there's two presidents now. It seems like there's the human president, and then there's like the AI president, which is, just this little glowing like pen stick thing, almost like an Alexa or a Siri or, whatever the current AI talk boxes are that we use for everything now. One of those is now one of the presidents, one of the two presidents. So I really enjoy the world building it has. I fell in love with like there are characters in this that you enjoy. But then also, as things start to unravel, people start to think like the whole uh, simulation theory kind of starts to spread as an idea, and people start to think that they never left Earth, that they're just on, some, simulation on Earth where they're not actually in space, and that if they just leave the dock, the airlock, that they'll be able to just go home and they won't have to stay in this simulation for 8 years. And it's just like it's so much of like just hysteria that's going on, which is kind of crazy to be watching that episode. This is the episode that makes me fall in love with the show. When the ideas, the conspiracy theories of it being a simulation start to take hold, and just to see the chaos that it ensues. And during this time, they're trying as a survival thing to help give them some extra speed. There's this whole idea that they need to jettison 500 people that are aboard the ship so that they can get a push forward, use it as like a propelling, also losing weight kind of thing. So instead of doing that, they're going to collect just things people are giving away, the weight equivalent of 500 people. So that's kind of what the ship is doing when this idea spreads. And then it gets to the point where they're like all just at this airlock wanting to basically kill themselves, but they think they're going home. And it's like, I think now that this is like, oh my God, 500 people are just going to kill themselves, and this is how the problem's going to be fixed. And it starts off with like one person who gets convinced and makes it into the airlock. And, even when everybody sees that person get frozen and drift away and die, there's this one annoying lady there that's like, I worked in VFX. I used to work in VFX. And that's just mirrors, and like you can totally see, and it's like as more and more people start to kill themselves because they think that they're going to be unplugged in the simulation and just go home, is that like she realizes that people are actually, it's just like the darkest comedy. I just loved it. I just loved it because it's like that's what so much of conspiracy theories are. It's just, it's just you want to feel like you know something that nobody else does, but you don't want to have to do any of the work to actually learn how anything works. So it's like you believe in it's the same reason why religions work. But it was interesting and funny to see people actually sacrifice their lives to do it. But yeah, check out Avenue 5. By the end of the first season, I fell in love with it. Excited to see season 2. Go support independent business. Go check out stationhousecoffee.com and Station House Coffee on Instagram. They do single source, small batch coffee. Order online. Go check them out on Instagram, Station House Coffee. New episodes of The Ray Taylor Show come out every single day. Subscribe on IGTV, YouTube, and everywhere else podcasts are found. Go buy my artwork over at inspireddisorder.com and save 25% when you use coupon code RTS. Follow me on social media at Ray Taylor. Have a wonderful day, everybody. Peace out.